Hey, how are you? How you doing? Good evening. This is Rafael Cruz with Miami Strength Club here, live streaming in multiple platforms tonight. Thank you for being here. If you've made the time to be here tonight, this is going to be a very interesting event, and also it's going to have a Q and A. I want to give it about half an hour, 45 minutes, tops, just to pay attention to welcome many of the members of our community that are here, and also everyone that has been joining Miami Strength Club community for the last few years. I'm going to describe a little bit what that looks like, and also, especially, I want you to think about what it looks like to start getting fit by doing strength training. That's somewhat different than many other things that you may have done. Even if you are experienced in the fitness arena, when you go to a commercial gym and there's fitness classes and stuff like that, and you got machines and you have your circuits and whatnot. That's all very viable ways of training, and is a part of a well-rounded program to get you fit and to get you healthy or healthier. But when you think about strength training, there's a few things that we have to talk about. Number one is, what is strength? What is it that once you go do these exercises, once you dedicate yourself, once you have that commitment to yourself through that program, what do you look like? What do you feel like? What are the things that you can do that you couldn't do before? All these things we want to talk about in a very introductory level. So this is going to be an orientation / overview. And first things first, let's go back to our groups, our members, our community in general. We have a following in Instagram, we have a following on Facebook, we have a following on YouTube. Essentially, we are just about 2,000 all together. I want to send a message that we are a strong group of people, and I mean it quite figuratively, and literally. People that do strength training have a lot of resolve, a lot of resilience, and also a lot of physical strength in order to actuate and embody those ideals and principles that they live by. And for that, I really commend you. I am really thankful. First and foremost, I'm very grateful, and I thank all of you that throughout the years, and you've showed continued interest on the things that Miami Strength Club has been putting out, and just we've gathered together in order to support each other, to get stronger, live better lives for ourselves and the people around us. So that's number one. Number two is this right here. This whole show right here wouldn't be possible without Miami Strength Club. That is an institution that started just about 5 years ago, and it still continue going strong. Point intended. So thanks to that, I'm not going to pitch anything to you today. I'm not going to sell you anything. This is not about for you to sort of like, hey, get this kind of message or whatnot. But it is important for everyone to know that it is through Miami Strength Club collaboration that this is taking place. All of these things that you see here, this studio, it's part of the club, and I'm pretty much the host. Now, when you think about starting strength training, do you see yourself lifting heavy things or learning how to do that? That is a really good question. A lot of the people that I've spent time with and that come by the gym, it's really hard for for someone to arrive at a certain place with the experiences and the problems and the challenges that you bring in, and then you see a bunch of heavy things and you wonder like, oh, maybe, you know what, everybody knows that this is good. Everybody knows that this is good. Everybody's talking about strength training. The New York Times, Harvard University, all top universities are talking about strength training, new studies, but then you get to the gym and you see, this might be more difficult than I thought and whatnot. And I want to really address that concern, because it is a very valid concern. Number one, it is a very, very valid concern. The one thing that I know from people that have started at any level, from here to here to here to ground level, with different kinds of challenges, is it is possible to get stronger. I'm not making that up. I'm not in a position to, come up with something like that myself. I have just seen it happen, where individuals that begin wherever they are, little by little, going through the challenges, step by step, finding solutions, asking people around them that can help them in one way or the other. There are many different kinds of help. There is that person who can help you with your nutrition. There is that person that can help you with motivation. There is that person that helps you with accountability. There is that person that helps you with know-how. There is that person that there's many people out there, and that is what community looks like, and this is the reason why we're here. But when you think about beginning a program, whether you think you're going to show up to the gym by yourself, or you have some sort of guidance waiting for you out there, or maybe you have something on your cell phone, or maybe you have something written down that you bring in, whichever kind of guidance you bring in, and the who helps you. The who is very important. There's the what and there's the who, but the who helps you around. It's super important. So it's very rare, even if you don't see all the way through, it is very rare that you're going to end up starting a program and continuing doing it by yourself. If you actually stick to it, you are going to gravitate towards people that can help you, and people that can help you are going to gravitate toward you. And that has nothing to do with, let's just say, necessarily purchasing or investing on yourself. Those are kind of like a different conversation, but as a matter of mechanics, the motion of things will get you together with other people that are actually looking for similar things that you are. And I want to say that because I want to give you confidence and a vision that no matter what happens, if you stick to strength training when you start, you're going to be okay. You are going to be okay. Let's just check here to see if I have some comments around the people that might have jumped in. Let's take a look at some of the platforms here as I speak. I want to check Facebook. We are now on Facebook. We are on YouTube. And we are also on Twitch tonight, and a couple of YouTube channels. We do have Miami Strength Club. The club has a YouTube channel. You can find it. And we also have Miami Strength Radio. We will shortly, by the end of this week, begin to post these kind of talks at Miami Strength Radio. And we invite not only myself, but anyone who wants to, any other coaches or fitness professionals, health experts that want to find a platform and find an audience. We are creating an audience, we are creating a community, and we want to support all of you with people that know what they're talking about, be experts in the community, especially coaches. So that's where we are broadcasting today. So strength training is very different than some other kinds of fitness, and I'll tell you why. First of all, let's go and define what is strength. Let's go and define what is strength. Earlier today on Facebook, I posted, what is your definition of strength? People that know me and people that have conversations with me here, my clients and whatnot, know that for the last 2 to 3 years, I have been meditating in depth as to what is strength. There is a definition that began what I want to transmit to you today, which is the Studying Strength 3rd edition, Basic Barbell Training 3rd edition, by Mark Ripito and Andy Baker. Amazing book. I recommend everyone who trains with me, go get that book. It's an amazing resource, whether you are into yoga or whether you are into weightlifting. If you are someone who cares about the integrity of your body, you must know what that book says. And in that book, there is a definition of strength. Strength, begin quote, strength is the ability to produce force against an external resistance. In the context, and finish quote, in the context of physical strength. I love that definition. Is very, very precise. It's very precise. Let me show you an example. As I lift this object, the reason it goes up is because my muscles are contracting and producing force against the weight of this, against the mass of this, which gravity wants to pull down to the floor. That is very self-explanatory. However, the definition of force, the definition of strength, is the force production that allows me to lift this very light clipboard. If you want to get stronger, you put a heavier clipboard, you switch to dumbbells, you switch to heavier dumbbells, and so on and so on. You have progressive overload. That is a technical term, but in plain, in vernacular, and just everyday street, it just means that over time you can and should and must be lifting heavier things in order to get stronger, in order to produce more force to move the world around you. Bear with me. Let's count to 3. Here comes the confusion. 1, 2, 3. There is a lot of confusion and misinformation when it comes to strength. Why? Because in the mind and spirit and soul of many here and many outside, strength is something that comes from your mind or your soul, or let's just put it this way. For many, strength means mental fortitude. Oh, you're so strong, you're so resilient, or man, you're so tough, you're going through so much and you're still holding it together. I have no idea how you can do this. If it was me, I would have broken down several times over now. So your emotional resilience, your so on and so on. And a lot of people have mixed many definitions or many places where the concept of some sort of strength can be applicable in some context to the overall context of physical strength. and you have force production, strength, physical strength as per force production, which is what ultimately we are interested here. You could be David Blaine and hold your breath for 2 hours. You could be one of those guys and girls that walk over fire in a retreat across the world, in the other side of the world, beautiful places, all of that. That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about lifting heavy things. And in this context, whether you are emotionally resilient or you have the mental fortitude of, a legendary figure in legends, if you can't lift your couch, you are not as strong as the person you have to pay $1,000 to lift your couch when you move. Period. That is the context that we want to talk about. So, when you think about that, you might want to say, so what do I need strength for? Because guess what? I already feel good about myself. That's good. I love that. You know who feels good about myself? I feel good about myself. I also know that I can pick up the couch. And when I say that, what I mean is I have the confidence. Yeah, I don't mean like I go around picking up everything I think I can lift. That's not what I mean. But I have the confidence. And I tell you what, confidence has been a life changer, a game changer for me. Without confidence, I would not be here. And I'm not talking about, just kind of like scratching my ego just to see what happens. No, that's not what I mean. I mean it, certainly. I have the confidence that in certain situations, I'm going to be a person who can do X, Y, or Z. I wish I didn't have to, but I probably could get in a brawl and handle myself. Let's put it that way, handle myself. Anybody can get hurt, but if it comes to that, I can handle myself. I do not advise it. I avoid any kind and all kinds of unnecessary conflict. But if I find that I need some conflict in order to get resolution to an issue, defend myself, defend my loved ones, or defend my property, if it gets physical, I think I can handle myself. Do you have that confidence? That's for you to think about. Strength training can help you with that. Now that we know what strength is and what it ultimately is good for, let's see what other applicable uses it has in regular day life. When you are stronger, let's just put it this way. Let's go the other way around here. Excuse me. Let's go the other way around. When you lack, when you feel like you're not working at 100%, one of the first ideas that come to mind, and I'm speaking from my own experience, is, oh man, I feel kind of weak. Or I'm not 100%. I don't feel like myself. These are some, you can fill in the blank there to your own personal experience and context. But that is when you lack. That's where you lack strength. Or just to say it benignly, because I don't want to ruffle your feathers or whatever. It's overly sensitive stuff. If you are not 100%, you know what that feels like. When you elevate your capacity, let's put it this way, when you know that you can do more today than what you did before, or sometimes vice versa, when you know today the things that you were able to do back some years ago or some decades ago, and now you don't see yourself able to do that, that is a lack of strength. That is a loss of strength. And like I heard I think his name is Rabbi Friedman. Um, Rabbi Friedman, I think he says health is not something you notice until it's gone. Because when you're healthy, everything is easy. I'm paraphrasing here. When you're healthy, things get easier for you. You know, you wake up, you have enough energy, enough focus to gather your thoughts, gather your intentions, get up, be grateful, get going, accomplish one, two, three things in the day, and all of a sudden, because you're a very organized person, you get the ball rolling and you're having a great day. But when that's when you're healthy, things come easy. Over time, as you let your physical strength go, you begin to have dis-ease. Things are not easy. Easy is healthy. Not healthy is not easy. It's dis-ease. And I love that. I love that frame to encapsulate that idea. So strength training is something that can help you get healthy, because as you go through it, your life gets easier. Life gets easier because as you increase your capacity to do harder things, the regular day life looks a-okay. Gardening, if you have access to a gardening, if you have one of these things that is counting everything that you do all the time, and right in the middle of the office day says like get up, you need to do I don't know how many steps here and there, you need to be standing. You must be standing, because sitting down is worse than smoking. The sedentary lifestyle, if you spend hours on end, day by day, week by week, month by month, that is worse than if you were a habitual smoker, cigarette smoker, or probably other kind of things as well. It is, you can look it up. You can do that could be a homework for you. Look up the effects of sedentary lifestyle, sitting down as a lifestyle. It is worse than smoking. It is correlated to many morbid diseases that can cause havoc. It wrecks your life. It wrecks your health to sit down. So if you have one of these, and every time it beeps, you go like, oh my God, I have to get up and walk now, or I have to be standing for a little while, and you dread it. If you begin to dread the easy things that you were able to do before without thinking, you have lost strength, and strength training can help you. Just sitting up, walking about, going to get your, we are here in Florida. If you are in an area of the United States or the world where you have storms, hurricanes, typhoons, rains, floods, inclement weather, fires, so on and so on. If you are in an area where you have emergency things that you have to like, I need to get ready, I need to board up. Oh, I forgot, tornadoes, tornadoes. Those sometimes don't give you much warning. However, there might be things that you can safeguard yourself and your property and the people around you. But when you have to get it together, focus, and do X, Y, and Z for your safety, strength matters. This past Sunday ago, I'm going to tell you a little story. I am sitting down Sunday, very relaxed. It's about 2 or 3. It's quiet. The sun is up. It's nice and hot. I'm thinking what am I going to do with the rest of my day with my family and whatnot. My son is downstairs. He calls me, Dad. I was like, what's up? There's a fire next to you. It's like, where? Next building. I'm like, okay, it's next building. You have to get out. He says, you have to get out. You have to get Lola. Lola is baby Lola, 2-year-old. So I talked to Anna, my wife. Hey, what's going on? There's a fire. Who says? My son is calling me. There's a fire. I get out. I said, like, start picking up. I'm going to go out to the balcony and I'm going to check it out. When I see the fire, it's kind of like a building fire. It's a fire that's building up. You can see it from afar. There's a lot of smoke. It's a sofa that is burning on a balcony right in the apartment across the hallway from mine. Fire gets in there, that apartment. The building is in trouble. The next house, the next apartment next to that, it's mine. There's another. So we gather stuff. I'm thinking we have to go downstairs. Let's go, get the baby, get the key. Let's get out of here. As we're walking out the door, there's another neighbor knocking on that door already, trying to find out if there's somebody there. As we had walked out already as well, as we had walked out of our house, of our apartment, and I also knocked on there. Pop, pop, pop. They opened the door. Oh my God, there's a fire. Anna, my wife, goes to the hallway, gets the extinguisher, a fire extinguisher, hands it to me, says, pull the ring. If you're gonna use this, pull the ring. She's thinking that I'm gonna pass it to the neighbors and go downstairs with her. As I see myself with this thing, I say, go downstairs. I'll be right down there. I'm not thinking, I'm reacting. I walk into the apartment. Sir, madam, I'm sorry. You have a fire. I'm gonna try to put it out. They're not expecting me. I don't think we probably have seen each other that many times anyways. I walk into the apartment. I open the door. I see the fire. It's bigger than I thought, but it doesn't have that much smoke since the last time I saw it. I start blasting it with the fire extinguisher. That thing goes out like that. Fire still blasting. Guy comes out, pours some water, smoke comes up. I go to the hallway. I get another fire extinguisher. I come up. They're pouring more water, and I come with the fire extinguisher. Start putting that thing out. Less than a minute. The fire is out. We did what we had to do when we had to do it. Because there is a situation and you have the confidence that you can do something about it. That doesn't make any of us any more than what we should have been. It doesn't make me a better neighbor. It doesn't make those people more heroic that they didn't abandon their house just to burn. They did what they had to do. And I saw an opportunity of doing what I should be doing, and I did it. End of the story. Another story. There's a good friend of mine, Dr. Val. We've been working for about a year now. If you're out there, Dr. Val, shout out to you and thank you. Great training sessions all the time, and a great trajectory. I look forward to one of these days doing this together, whether in your channel or mine, or together, even better together. You know what I mean. And it's probably month 6, month 7 of her training. Things are going great. She's feeling great. Knee pain, it's going away slowly. Some days are better than others, but in overall, Dr. Val is doing great and greater things because there's less knee pain, or and a lot of the time, no knee pain. One day, she's sitting at home. Alarm goes off. Bah, 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 bah. Fire, what is it called? Fire drill. Some sort of fire drill. 18th floor. History of knee pain. Oh my God, I'm gonna have to go. This is a real fire drill. Went downstairs, 18 floors. I hope I'm not misquoting that. 18 floors. Went back up. Felt like almost nothing had happened, if not nothing had happened, in comparison to what the feeling would have been before. All due to, according to Dr. Val, her experience with strength training and getting better, getting stronger. So those are applicable things. These are a little bit like on the edge of being dramatic, but you can get the point. When you have little time to think and all you do is react, it is my experience and that experience of people I actually know in first degree, face to face, my clients and my friends, that you react more favorable for you and for the whole situation so that you have a better outcome. And that's what I mean by confidence. You actually get to build a lot of confidence. And on top of that, you also build your body. You have more muscle. Another homework. Go on the internet and just search out there health benefits of lean muscle mass. Health benefits of lean muscle mass. I want to write that down because I want to come back and give you that on the next as a standalone topic. I want to give you that as a standalone topic on one of the next in the future. Benefits of lean muscle mass. Health benefits. Things that the doctor talks to you about. Not Coach Rafa. Not what Coach Rafa says about how much muscle you have or how good you look. What doctors and clinicians say that is healthy for you to have more lean muscle mass. That's what you need to know. Health benefits of lean muscle mass. Health benefits of lean muscle mass. I'm going to come up with a program on that, and you ought to familiarize yourself with what that looks like. Now that you know what strength is, some of the benefits that it gives you in real life and real applications of daily life. How do you get stronger if you wanted to? First of all, if you wanted to, has a lot to do with what a lot of people confuse strength with, or the definition of strength, which is resolve or a strong will as to, I will this, I will make it happen. That's probably something more akin to character, strength of character, but not necessarily physical strength. There are people that are very strong of character, sometimes to the degree where you can define them as being difficult people. Especially, and here I'm going to say something provocative and thought-provoking, or provocating thought or a reaction. Some of the most annoying people out there, including some of my family members, are annoying because they have a strong character, but then they're not as helpful as they think they are. And that makes someone annoying. If you're someone who has strong opinions, if you're someone who says, I'm going to do X, Y, and Z, and you do it, and then in the way of doing that, you can also help people around you or make life better for the people around you, you're going to get a lot of gratitude back. If you have a strong character and you can't get the things that you say you're going to accomplished. And in the way of that, you make life more difficult for yourself and the people around you. You're just annoying. And now I'm going to get off my soapbox. So I'm going to get off of my soapbox and I'm going to leave it alone. So how do you get stronger? For you to understand how you get stronger, you're going to have to consider what is training. People think about working out. People think about doing exercises. People think about sweating. People think about flexibility. People think about another nice term called mobility, and so on and so on. Core strength, and data. There's a lot of things that people think about. I have a couple of comments here. Junior says, buenas. Gigante says, my dear friend, my friend Rafa. Very good friend, Rafa. Good. Thank you, guys. I really appreciate it. Training is the selection of certain exercises that you're going to do under a number of principles in order to get stronger. That is what training is. Training is when you select exercises, and the exercise selection meets principles that you already understand, or you should be able on your way of understanding, so that you can achieve over time, little by little, an outcome. This outcome in overall terms is called an adaptation, because these exercises that you pick, done under the guidance of those principles over time, is going to get you stronger. And that's as simple as that. There's a lot of stories that we can talk about that. And I'll tell you one real quick in order to wrap up this. And if I see any questions out there, I should go to YouTube on my laptop just to see if there's any questions out there. Let's lower the volume here so I don't have anything popping. And here's a real quick story. I got someone here in the gym. This fine friend. We've actually become really good friends. Is my friend and client, Maria. Her son-in-law called me, sort of like to check where my head is at when it comes with training, find out, vet this place, vet this community. So we had a nice chat. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna send you my mother-in-law. I guess I passed the first test. I speak with Maria. She tells me more about herself. I say, like, look, here is where I've done, and here are some of the issues that I want to address. My family has vetted you, so I'm going to come in and start training with you. We started doing that twice a week. That's over 3 years ago. That is over 3 years ago. From year zero from day one until 10 months, Maria went from squatting never before with a barbell on her back to squatting 90 pounds. On that day, we decided we're going to scale back and then rebuild from there. That took weeks, months. That 90-pound squat, so probably about 2 years ago, it's now sets of 3 at 87.5. Sets across. Maria is repping, or doing reps after reps, many reps, more than one rep at a time, at almost that weight. And you'd say, oh, probably should be stronger. If you're that kind of coach, where you think you can just go up that way, sometimes you go up that way and you do this and you do that, and over time, 5 years down the line, you're doing things you've never thought even possible, and you're doing it safely without getting injured, and having quality of life, because you're not always sore, which is another point that we're going to talk about at some point in the future in one of these live streams. So it is about 6:45 where I am. We've been out here for about 45 minutes or so. I'm checking to see if you have any questions, and if I see that there are no questions, then we're gonna have a little bit of a close to the show, and then let's check it out. This is the nature of live streaming. In live streaming, the host sometimes is also the producer, and that's what's going on here. So I also have to do with the technical stuff. Okay. All right, I do not see any kind of questions here. So that's pretty good. I think this live stream is going to stay as a post available. It should stay on my channel, or not channel. Well, it should stay on YouTube channels, because this is broadcasting simultaneously to different social media platforms. This should be on Facebook, group called Miami Strength Club. It should be on Miami Strength Club page as well. Let's check. Let's take a look at that, by the way. Let's take a look at, maybe there's something on pages page. On pages. You'd think I know how to navigate this easily. Miami Strength Club. Yeah, that's the page. Let's see what's going on. Okay. And let's ultimately go to my profile, which is where I am here. Let's go. And this is pretty good. Okay, here I am. This is the comment section. I really thank you. I do not see any comments on Facebook, but this should stay live. Excuse me, not live. This should stay as a post for the benefit and rewatching. If you catch this as a rewatch, if you like what you see here, please share it with your friends. Make good use of the information, or if you have any questions down the line, please write it down as a comment. Hit the like button, go to my profile, Rafael Cruz. Just request my friendship, or if you leave a comment down, I will request your friendship as well, or just send you a DM, a direct message. Announcement: Miami Strength Club group, Facebook group. it's going private. If you'd like to get advantage of these kind of live streaming, it will be beneficial for you to go there to the group and join it. It's still you can still today, tomorrow, and probably until Thursday, you could join without requesting approval. After that, all members of the group will go through the approval process and so on and so on. Nothing fancy. I'm pretty sure most of you are very familiar with what it is to go into a Facebook community, closed Facebook groups, and just enjoy of a little bit more private, protected community, because that's one of the things why I want to make it a private group. In a private group, we speak with each other a little bit freely. We know that things that we post, things that we say are not just up there for everyone to see. You get to meet and interact the people that are posting and joining the live stream and whatnot, so that you will develop connections and relationships that are mutually beneficial, without it all having to exist out there, because that we know it's always riskier. So my commitment and my intention is to call you to be part of our community, to support each other, but also to take care of each other, because that's what's part of what community is for, to build each other up and to look out for each other. So that's why we want to make that private, and also so that there's no solicitations. None of us want to be sold. I do not need another link to somebody else's webpage if I'm not looking to get it. So you should rest assured that spammers and all of these kind of things are not going to be part of this community. If there are announcements or events and whatnot, that is going to be properly disseminated, but it's not going to be spammy, and I will not be selling you anything of the sort. So with that said, thanks for being here. I am Rafael Cruz from Miami Strength Club. I do have Miami Strength Radio, where people that want to speak up on different issues are here. If you'd like to come to Miami Strength Radio, if you're a coach, a health expert, or health professional, doctors of various kinds, if you're a fitness enthusiast, if you love strength training, if you are an athlete, I'd love to speak with you either here in the studio or via virtual, just like a Zoom call or whatever, and we can put that out there for the benefits of our community. Also, I have the Rafael Cruz podcast, the Bar Up Show. You can follow those kind of different shows. They deal with different thematics, and the Rafael Cruz podcast is also in Spanish, so it's transmitted, released in Spanish for the benefit of this Spanish-speaking world. So with that said, thank you for being here. If you like this, hit like, subscribe in those in those platforms where you can, and on Facebook, like and share. It'll help us. It'll help everybody to be stronger. Thank you very much, and have a great time.